All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. So, Washington Capitals left winger Alex Ovechkin is within an earshot of one of the greatest records in sports history. Ovi is now just 16 goals shy of surpassing Wayne Gretzky to become the National Hockey League's all-time leader in goals scored. Ovi is on pace to break this record before the end of this season, and it would be the icing on the cake for one of the greatest playing careers in NHL history. We're talking about a three-time Hart Memorial Trophy winner, the NHL MVP, for anybody out there, the Conn Smythe Award winner when the Washington Capitals won their only Stanley Cup in 2018, a 13-time All-Star who has led the NHL in goals scored 9 different times. And the bottom line is Alex Ovechkin has been and is one of the best to have ever done it. And it's not just about Ovechkin this year for the Caps. You look at this season, this turnaround season that both he and the Capitals are having. He has 26 goals scored so far this season as the NHL is at their Four Nations break, while Washington has the best record in the Eastern Conference so far this season. For me, one big question is how will the NHL handle it when Ovi is able to surpass Gretzky? I think they're going to do it the right way. And I say by doing it the right way, I think we're going to see the bells and whistles that it deserves. I mean, this is a record that, we haven't seen broken before, clearly as far as this level, once upon a time, Wayne Gretzky broke Gordie Howe's record, of course. But nonetheless, that number that Gretzky has set out 894 career goals, which has stood up for so long, especially when we're talking about it being well over 25 years now since the great one played an NHL game. All right. And of course, at the end of the day, regardless of the sport, records are meant to be broken. And I know things are different hockey wise than they were when Gretzky played. I totally get it. I totally understand it. But at the end of the day, we're still about to have a new scoring king, goal scorer, that is, in the National Hockey League. And I mean, you look at it, Ovechkin is up there with the greatest goal scorers to ever play in the NHL. Of course, you talk about Wayne Gretzky, you talk about great Gordie Howe, Jaromir Jagr, Brett Hull, and just a couple of others, just to name a few. Please forgive me if I omitted anybody on this list, but it just gives you an idea of how difficult it is, and it's not easy for what a guy like Ovechkin has accomplished. So, personal accolades aside for Alex Ovechkin, we talked about the turnaround for the Washington Capitals as well. And will we be able to see another run to the Stanley Cup finals or the Stanley Cup championship for this Washington team come springtime? They have not gotten out of the first round since they won it all back in 2018. And maybe, just maybe, Alex Ovechkin's run can be a catalyst for bigger and better things to come this season for the Washington Capitals. But nonetheless, individual side, OV is on the cusp of history. And my personal opinion, I equate this to like, a scoring title in the NBA or, the home run record in baseball, most passing yards in the National Football League, you name it. Things like this don't come down the pike that often. Alex Ovechkin has been and continues to be one of the greatest players in NHL history. He's already added his name to the annals of NHL history. And now, when it's all said and done, by the end of this season, we're going to be talking about him as the most prolific goal scorer, if you will, in NHL history, record wise, numbers wise, though. So, I mean, some people are still going to, you know, continue to say that Wayne Gretzky is a great one. I totally get it. I totally respect it. But nonetheless, numbers wise at least, we're going to be talking about Alex Ovechkin having scored more goals than anybody else in National Hockey League history. Records are made to be broken, and it's Ovi's time now. He's worked hard. He continues to put up the numbers. He continues to light the lamps. And pretty soon, we're going to have a new Gold King in the NHL. But, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank each and every one of you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on the X, formerly known as Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. Now, you can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, and I am signing off. And I'm saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.